Yes, gracious me, or goodness gracious. Goodness gracious, Lily, I think you've cracked it.
Yeah, and the way that I did it is, do you remember the method that I use sometimes? I call it the divide and conquer method.
Well, when you're actually wanting to divide that large total into something smaller, so you've got a smaller target and then you can multiply it back up to the target.
Yeah, exactly. Well, in fact, what I did was the exact opposite. I multiplied it by 2 in this case, which was 882, and then tried to get to 882, and then in the final step I divided it by 2. So here's what I did. Now 25 by 5 is 125, and 125 plus 1 is 126. By 5 plus 2 is 7 by 125, which is 875 plus 7, which gets us up to 882. And then all you have to do is divide by 2, gives you 441.
Oh, that's a good method. Multiply and divide and conquer.
Yeah.
Well done, Lily. Nice work. So let's have a look at our scores now. Matthew is on 19. Steve, 10 points ahead on 29, and we're heading for our last games for tonight. And last letters, Matthew.
Lily, could I have a vowel, please?
Thanks, Matthew. O.
Consonant?
B.
Consonant?
S.
Another consonant?
H.
Another consonant?
D.
Another consonant?
G.
Another consonant?
S.
And a vowel.
E. And one more.
And one more vowel.
I.
I'll start the clock. How'd you go with those letters, Matthew?
I'll go for a 6, thanks, Richard.
6, Steve?
I'm going for a 6 as well.
Let's have yours first.
Boshed.
Could you spell it for us?
B-O-S-H-E-D.
Interesting one, David. Matthew?
Hist. Okay, let's just check boshed, because that's the one that worries me most. Now, bosh means nonsense, but again, a little like the lair quandary. Can bosh be a verb? And bosh is, it does mean nonsense, and also it's the lower portion of a blast furnace, but it is not a verb, I'm afraid, Steve, so there's no boshing to be had on this show. Hissing, well, we don't encourage it, but that is a 6, well played.
And you found?
Now, apropos of lair, in fact, Richard, I seem to recall Bob Hawke, our former Prime Minister, in the 50s, was a bodgy. In fact, I do recall his epithet was a silver bodgy, and they were extravagantly dressed young men who were given to carousing, and bodgies is there for 7.
No, it's fine, David. 6 points, though, for Matthew. Let's have a look at some numbers now, and gee, we have actually got a very tight game at the moment because there's only 4 points between Matthew and Steve, so these numbers will be critical. Steve?
Could I have 1 large number and 5 small ones, please, Lily?
1 large and 5 small, thanks, Steve. And the final numbers tonight: 2, 6, 1, 4, 7, and the large is 75. The target to reach is 693.
We're chasing. Numbers for tonight, Steve. How did you go?
684.
9 away. Matthew, what about you?
I'll try 686, Richard.
So you are just a little bit closer. 7 off. Tell us what you did.
Lily, I took the 6
The 6,
and I multiplied 2 plus 1 in the brackets,
2 plus 1.
which gives me 18. I meant to have 9. There's a mistake. I've used multiply instead of add.
So, Matthew, you've made a mistake?
Yes, I've used the wrong.
Bad luck. Now, Steve, you were still in the scoring zone. Remind me what your total was?
684.
So, tell us what you did, please.
I did 6 plus 4 gives 10.
6 plus 4 is 10.
Minus the 1 is 9.
Minus 1 is 9.
Multiplied by the 75 gives 675.
By the 75 is 675.
Then add on the 7 and then add on the 2 to give 684.
Add the 7 and the 2 is 684.
So, we're 9 off there, Lily, but Steve's in the scoring zone.
Yeah.
How close to 693 could you get?
Yeah, I got there.
Did you? Well done.
Okay, so 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 75 divided by 3 is 25, and 25 by 4 is 100. Now, 100 minus 1 by the 7 is 693.
Oh. Great stuff. Very nice work indeed. Great solution from Lily. But Steve scored 5 points. So, Matthew 25, Steve 9 ahead, 34. And that means just one thing. We are looking at a conundrum showdown on this Tuesday night. So let's reveal tonight's conundrum. Your time starts now. Steve.
I was going to say countered, but there's no E.
Oh, okay. I'm afraid you've made a mistake, so that's not correct. I'll restart the clock. Matthew, you have the remaining time. Well, Matthew's fingers were itching for the buzzer, but the buzzer didn't sound. Let's have a look at the conundrum solution for tonight. It is conductor. So our scores are unchanged, and that means after this final round on 34 points, our winner tonight is Steve. But it was a great game, Matthew. It's always fabulous when we get to a conundrum showdown. Look, you played really well, and of course, a Macquarie Dictionary to take home.
Thank you.
And Steve, well, it was a very strong game indeed, and we look forward to seeing you back tomorrow night.
Thank you. It was good fun. Thanks.
Well, David, Steve will be back with us tomorrow.
And just a reminder for Steve, we don't mind bodgies layering, but strictly no boshing on the show.
See you tomorrow night,
See
David.
you tomorrow.
And, well, Lily, maybe tomorrow night more divide, multiply, add, subtract, and conquer.
Yeah, you're on.
Okay, we'll see you tomorrow night.
Good night.
That is it for tonight. See you tomorrow, 6 o'clock. Good night.